Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this deck guide video, I'm going to take a look at Budget Gibberling Druid. This specific budget deck requires you to have 2 epic cards though, because Glowfly Swarm is such an integral part of this archetype that you cannot play it without that card. The deck overall, it consists of Gibberlings, Glowfly Swarms and a lot of spells. So you're trying to make more Gibberlings, you're trying to get a board with Glowfly Swarm, you're trying to buff those boards up, and then you're trying to kill your opponent. The deck lost Savage Roar in the rotation, and the new replacement to that was Pride's Fury, which at first looked a little bit questionable, but actually Pride's Fury has turned out to work really well in the deck. So the deck is now a little bit more sticky and a little less scary immediately. Although between Pride's Fury, Power of the Wild and Arbor Up, the deck still can buff those minions up quite a lot. Even the full cost version of this deck is really cheap. The only change you would have to make is cut the landscapings and add Guess the Weight instead. So with 2 more epic cards you already have like the optimal version of the deck. Close to optimal anyway. The current card pool of course is pretty small because we just had the standard rotation and you build with spells and those spells are classic cards, so there are just not that many spells to choose from. Landscaping, then Mark of the Wild, Soul of the Forest, those are like the weakest cards in this list. And I've seen some lists that are running Guidance, but I would not recommend that. Guidance seems pretty weak in this archetype. So what we currently know based on statistics is that Soul of the Forest is not very good, and especially if there are 2 copies of it. 2 copies is just too much, you don't have the minions that you want to soul that many. So if you want to run Soul of the Forest, then 1 copy is ideal. Mark of the Wild is reasonable, but again 2 copies might be overdoing it a little bit. And Landscaping, which I use in this budget version, isn't very good in the full cost version. It's better relatively in the budget list than in the full cost list. And that's because the full cost list is better at drawing into Gibberling, drawing into Glowfly Swarm, whereas with the budget list you sometimes need those extra bodies from Landscaping. So there just aren't a lot of cards to choose from, but I believe that this mix is the optimal one. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're first and foremost looking for Gibberling, looking for Fungal Fortunes, just getting stuff on the board, and then also looking for Glowfly Swarm. Depending on the matchup, if I was offered both Gibberling and Glowfly Swarm, sometimes I would tend to keep them both. In a slower matchup with some board class where I think I will need to generate multiple boards, and sometimes I would ditch the Glowfly Swarm and just keep Gibberling, try to find cards that make use of the Gibberling immediately so that I can get the explosive start as possible. And if I have the Gibberling, I try to make the most of it, so then cards like Innervates and Marks of the Wild, cheap spells, ramp spells, stuff to just make the Gibberling grow as fast as possible are good cards to keep in that case. Now, let's go take a look at Budget Token Druid in action, and if you enjoy this content, please like this video and check out my Twitch channel, where I livestream Hearthstone. That's intriguing indeed. Oh noes. Now that's one tough position. I think I have to get on this board. I'm not happy about it, but I think I must. I think I just must get on this board now. This means, of course, that I'm totally dependent on my following top decks. I would somehow need to make this board last until Pride's Fury is available. And I'm not sure if I can. What if it's an Avenge? What if it's Noble Sacrifice? Check for the Noble Sac. We check for the Avenge. So it's Oh My Yogg or it's Galloping Savior. Now I have an Infectious Sporling, and that means that a big minion can be handled by that Sporling that I have. May the light grant you peace. Ouch, that's tough. Enables Lightning Bloom. Oh no, it could be a Galloping Savior. It is a Galloping Savior, in fact. That's fine. 2 4s. That's still what I need to do. This is a close one. Next turn I can't do anything. Only the turn after. Yeah, keep the board. Keep as much of the board as possible. What if they have no Mayog? Then I can't Arbor up. Arbor up will be prevented. If they play a secret, they might prevent the Arbor up. But that does nothing. Paladin is dead. Okay. Much to answer for. Let's go. Alright, well, I have a Fungal Fortunes here. Never a bad time when you have Fungal Fortunes. And I can pick up some Glowfly Swarms. Picking up bonus Glowfly Swarms is also always good. Yeah, this is my free-to-play account. Well, that card is really annoying. Everything's going to be so freakishly expensive now. Well, I can't help it. I still have to draw. That card ruins the game, really. It just completely ruins this whole game. But I expect it to be nerfed, of course, on Tuesday. No, Sidonix, no. I need my turtles. What do you think about Tigatus? It prevents any control decks from being played. So, in that sense, it's pretty bad. But what can you do? Want to play Nature Studies? I guess I might as well. Any Nervate is useful, so we'll do that. Right. What can you put in Heavy Place for Focus Control Warlock? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Silas was sometimes run. Silas is pretty good against Paladin. So I think Silas could be an option. You can steal their like big taunts. You can steal buffed up minions. Those are useful things to do.
I'm looking for a few good mercenaries.
Oh noes. That's gonna hurt if they get a good golem. And the odds are really good that they get a good golem. Because there's so many good golems around. Now it's getting more interesting. This costs 1 mana to give me 1 mana. And I'll give me 2. So it still adds +1. We're going for it. Buffing up this board. And see whether that helps. But if the golem is any good, then we just lost already. Fauch post into Kazakos. Same strategy that Rogue uses. Exact same strategy that the Rogue also uses. Warblades of Asinot instead of the Golem. Intriguing. It's a fair chunk of damage right now. So maybe it was not a Rush Golem after all. Okay, we can do Gibberling. And Mark of the Wild on the other side. Finally get rid of that post. Maybe getting rid of the post was not necessary. Maybe I should have just pushed 5 to the face. Because if the golem is good, there are still risks involved. Okay, the golem was good. But I can do landscaping into Pride's Fury now. Do landscaping into Pride's Fury. I'll still have to kill the golem, of course, which is a little awkward. The Demon Hunter just healed to full because of the golem. But I still have stuff here. I can do like Solar Eclipse Fungal Fortunes to keep pushing. Demon Hunter's very low on cards too. Oh, Soul of the Forest. Can the Demon Hunter clear this board? Because if they can't, then Solar Eclipse Fungal Fortunes draws 6 cards. That's going to be incredibly powerful. And with Fungal Fortunes. Let's draw all those cards now. Not bad, not bad. Go for the infestation there. Lightning Bloom the Dawn Growth Sentries. I'll even trade away the Mancrick. I got a board like this that I can arbor up next turn. Does Demon Hunter have any AoE pieces in that list? I don't think they have. I don't think they have. Got a lot of stuff on the board, and we have an arbor upcoming. Not bad. Not bad at all. They go to 25. And I have 11, 12 plus 8. I don't have 25 damage. I'm a little sad. But I should still win. I think. This one over here. This one over here. Didn't even need to play that. That was actually not good. But it's fine. Could have had one bigger minion there. So while I don't have lethal damage, it's hard to see how the Demon Hunter could recover from this. That's a board full of stuff. I've seen both copies of Aldrachi Warblades. I just don't see what they could have there. I have a Gibberling. That's something. Paladin mulliganed everything. Maybe they don't have a play for turn 1. Can't play the Gibberling out there because they could just coin the sword. And kill the Gibberling. Ah, but they were able to top deck first day of school on their turn 1.
They cannot stop my work.
But that's dormant. So this is my chance. I have to take it. I have to take this chance. Hope that the other one drop isn't some... Hope that they don't have a Penflinger, or that the other one drop isn't some kind of Orc Merchant. Let's see. Web Spinner's fine. We're going to get the weapon from this. I want this one to survive a weapon hit. So I'll use this to kill that one. I will play another Gibberling on the board too. Let's give this a try. Now they get the weapon. They have the coin. Did they get a good hunter spell, or did they... That's not a good... it's not a Hunter spell even. That's a Hunter card. Alright. Soul of the Forest. That's intriguing. Is it better than Bride's Fury? I think it is. So we'll just do Soul of the Forest now. Their secret is Galloping Savior. I'll trade these into the Bear Shark and this into the other minion. I still have Gibbelings that can reproduce.
I'm going to throw the book at you.
Throwing the book at me? Fine. Seven mana allows me to do both of these. And I will get my board full of stuff. But I will also be overloaded. They will get the Galloping Savior, but I can just kill it immediately. Treants go in, Treants go in, and Treants go in. Then we do the Lightning Bloom. I will lose Gibbelings that can reproduce. That is acceptable. Come on, Galloping Saber, get over here. Okay, so we do it like this. They have 2 discounts on the Librams, so they could play the Libram of Hope here, Libram of Justice here, of course. They might find Penflingers. They had Justice, but they can't do anything about the minions. They could have an Omayog there. Is it an Omayog? It is not an Omayog. So the Paladin is very, very dead.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.